The auditorium lights dimmed until only the stage glowed. On the big screen behind the speaker was a simple phrase in white letters. Your thoughts are no longer private. The crowd shifted in their seats. Some laughed nervously. Some leaned forward. And some felt their stomachs drop. Because the man standing on stage wasn't a science fiction writer. He wasn't a Hollywood director. He was Dr. Aaron Fisk, one of the world's leading neuroscientists, and what he was about to reveal would blur the line between imagination and reality. Ladies and gentlemen, Fisk began, adjusting the microphone, the brain is an electrical storm. For centuries we could only watch it flash. Now we can finally read it. Behind him, images flickered, colorful brain scans, lines of neural activity, a person sitting silently while a screen typed out words they never spoke. The crowd murmured louder. Fisk leaned closer to the microphone. AI can now decode your thoughts. Not guesses. Not probabilities. Words. Images. Even full sentences, directly from your mind. For a second the room was completely silent. Then it exploded into applause, gasps and disbelief. Because if what he said was true, privacy as we know it might already be gone. The story starts years earlier in a cramped lab at the University of Texas. 3 volunteers were placed inside an fMRI scanner, a machine that measures brain activity. They weren't allowed to speak, move, or type. Instead, they listened to stories. Every detail, every sentence, every image described was absorbed silently. Meanwhile, their brain scans were fed into a massive AI model, the same kind of tech that powers language models today. The result shocked even the scientists. The AI didn't just detect that the volunteers were thinking. It started predicting what they were thinking, generating full sentences that matched the stories they heard. One participant recalled silently, "I didn't have my driver's license yet." The AI decoded it as, "She has not even started to learn to drive." Not perfect, but chillingly close. For the first time, a machine had pulled thoughts directly from the human brain and turned them into language. Soon, other labs around the world pushed further. In Japan, researchers showed people hundreds of images, dogs, cars, houses, faces, while scanning their brains. The AI took those brain signals and reconstructed blurry but recognizable versions of the images people saw. A golden retriever. A red car. A human face staring back. It was like watching someone's private thoughts projected on a screen. Later they tried it on dreams. When volunteers woke up and described what they dreamed, a house, a waterfall, a stranger's face, the AI reconstructions looked eerily similar. For centuries, dreams were a mystery. Now machines were painting them. But here's where it gets darker. Because when a tool can read minds, it can also interrogate minds. In 2023, a small case in Beijing made international headlines. A man accused of fraud was reportedly placed in front of a neural monitoring device. He was shown evidence, questions, accusations. The machine tracked his brainwaves for signs of deception. Officials claimed his reactions proved guilt. No lawyer. No defense. Just his own brain deciding his fate. Civil rights groups called it a nightmare. The government called it progress. And of course, if you think militaries around the world haven't noticed, think again. Declassified documents show DARPA, the U.S. military's research arm, has poured millions into brain or AI projects. Officially, the goal is enhancing soldier performance. Imagine troops communicating silently, thoughts to thoughts, with no radios, no words. Unofficially, some worry it's about control. Imagine detecting dissent in real time. Or predicting disobedience before it happens. Science fiction has warned us about thought police for decades. Now the tech exists to make it real. But maybe the scariest part isn't in courtrooms or battlefields. It's in your living room. Because tech companies are already investing billions into consumer brain AI devices. Neuralink, Meta, even Apple. The goal? To let you control a computer with your mind. No typing. No clicking. Just think, and it happens. At first it sounds like freedom. Faster texting. Immersive VR. Helping the disabled walk or speak again. But look closer. That same device that helps you send a text could also read one you never meant to send. That VR headset that shows you a fantasy world could also store your deepest fears, desires, and memories, data for companies to sell. Your most private sanctuary, your thoughts, could become just another subscription service. Back in the auditorium, Dr. Fisk's voice grew heavy. "We stand at the edge of a frontier," he said. "On one side, a world where the paralyzed walk, the voiceless speak, and human potential is unlocked. On the other, a world where no thought is safe, where privacy is extinct, and where freedom itself dies at the speed of a brainwave. The crowd shifted again, but this time no one laughed. Because every person in that room had the same thought. If machines can read minds, who decides when, how, and why? As the presentation ended, the lights rose. Reporters rushed to the stage, cameras flashing, questions flying. But one thing no one noticed. Every person who entered the auditorium had been asked to wear a sleek headset for interactive participation. Most thought it was harmless. A demo tool. Toy. But deep in the servers below, thousands of streams of neural data had been recorded, mapping attention, emotion, even silent reactions to Fisk's words. The demonstration wasn't just a talk. It was a test. And if you're wondering who has that data now, that's a question no one on stage answered. The age of thought-reading AI isn't coming. It's already here. The only question is, will it free us or enslave us?